This is the thing, right? There's 7 billion people on this planet, and you're trying to link your ex. Come on, man. Like, let's keep it moving.
I haven't eaten one. I think a couple months ago I had one, and I didn't even finish it because I just wasn't interested in sucking on this big ball that I have to chew eventually. That it's in my mouth for too long, basically.
Sounds like my life.
I was horrible, I can't lie.
I hate bowling.
No, I like it. I don't know why I played so bad. Towards the end, I got my groove, but at the start, I was horrible.
Yeah, I find that bowling's too competitive. We actually did it in Prague, and we must have gone to like a place where like competition players go or some shit. Because the guys next to us were really, really good. My friend, I think overall after like 7 rounds, she hit like 20.
Only.
Which is shit, innit? Because there's like, what, like 11 on one thing, I think? So she's just really shit. Like, unbelievably shit. Not even partially shit, just really shit. Yeah, I don't fuck with bowling. But I like the concept and the idea of actually doing activities instead of just like drinking, because I feel like as British people, all we really know what to do is drink. Like, that's literally mine and my friends' go-to for everything. Yeah. I obviously, as I'm getting older, I need to like have activities that don't like focus so much on alcohol.
You know what's funny? I was even going to suggest drunk bowling, but that's alcohol.
Yeah.
That's there's plenty of activities.
There's, like what? What's your go-to activity?
I know I have a list. I just can't remember it right now.
This is my thing moving forward with dates as well. I only want activity dates, activity-focused dates. Because what I've noticed is, I don't know if you're the same, I doubt it, but like, what I've noticed is like when like guys want to go out, or no, it's not even going out, when guys want to like go on a date per se, I'm like, okay, what are you saying? What's your ideas? And it's either come to the yard or like go for a drive, and that, do you know what I mean? That's suggesting only one thing, and I'm thinking, no, come on, like actually like activities, and no alcohol activities either, and very much like an activity where like we go out, we do whatever, and we both go home separately.
I mean, oh no, yeah, I get it.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
You like escape rooms?
Do you know what? My brain doesn't really think like that. Because
that's more of a group activity, isn't it?
Yeah, and I feel like for a date, that'd be quite pressurized. It depends what level you're at. If you're established, I think it could be quite funny. Yeah. But like for a first date, because
it's too confusing.
It's too much. Yeah, I do really rate escape rooms. We went to one in Wales a while ago, but I'm like, I really like find the concept and everything really cool, but I don't really, how do I word it? I don't really, it's not something that I'd be able to figure out by myself.
Yeah, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I'm quite observant.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there many around here?
Around here? I don't know.
I thought that was you saying that you've been to one.
I've always wanted to go to one. I've never been.
Yeah. I do recommend them, and you're quite like intellect. You think differently to me. I think you'd be quite good at them. They are very cool.
That's what I think I'd like it.
Yeah, and you can get different ones though for like different difficulties. Like you can get like beginner or like mediocre or like pro.
I'm starting on beginner. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm starting on beginner.
What, premium?
Nah, beginner.
Oh, beginner. I thought you said big. I was like, no, okay, fair play. You go. Fair.
Nah, I haven't done one. I don't want to like big myself up too much. Maybe I might find it difficult.
Yeah, and they're all it's not. No, I recommend them. I've gone to this really bad habit, right? Like, so like I don't know if you've noticed, I always drink in a mug. It's like a really weird. It's like a really weird. Have you not know? You will now. It's like a really weird habit, right? I like picked it up at uni because whenever I would try and do pre-drinks, there would never be like enough glasses free.
Yeah.
So now I've just got into this weird tendency of always drinking for a mug. My mum finds it very strange.
Nah, I mean, drinking's drinking.
I'm currently trying to like grow my hair out.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me.
But you know,
Did you cut it?
well, no, this is the thing. So like I was saying to the guy about, because I was talking to my friends and they're like, you just need to shave the sides. Like not like the top, just the sides, right? But then like the guy keeps on cutting off the top, and I thought, well, like, how am I going to get any fucking growth of the guy? Because I was literally looking at this, right? I was looking at like a thumbnail from one for an episode a while back.
Yeah.
And if you compare, like, hang on, where is it? Have I deleted it? That's surely not in that one.
Yeah, it was way bigger
compared to this one, because I feel like it's going for like a bit of a messy stage now. But I desperately want to have like hair that I can like plait and shit, like really badly.
Would you ever get locks?
I think locks look really hot. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I just think like anyone like playing with their hair is just a bit more like. It looks like you put more effort into your hair. I feel like skin fades are quite basic.
I can see why you think that.
Do you know what I mean though? Like, there's not really much thought put into it.
Yeah.
I really appreciate them that like properly like do up their hair. I think it's one of those things where I said to people, I was like, if it looks shit, I can just shave it off.
Yeah.
Like it's not like having like dyed hair and having to put up with it for like a week or two. I can literally just like a few days after be like, no, fuck this.
Shave it off, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? My brother got locks because it takes less effort for him. Yeah. Everything else was more effort to him because like combing your hair, maintaining it, conditioning it, shampooing it. And then with locks.
Surely you need to like condition and shampoo.
Yeah, you do with locks, but I think he just hates combs. Yeah, I think that's what it was. But now he's got locks.
And don't you have to get, like with locks, do you need to get it done quite often?
I don't think often, but there still should be like a consistency with how often you get it done. Because my brother, I think he's due a retwist and he makes that known whenever I look at his hair.
Mm-hmm. Is he still with his girlfriend? Oh dear, is that a no?
Yeah, nah.
No.
You know what? It was never his girlfriend, so I'll give him that. But he's young. He's learning.
R.I.P.
Yeah, he's fine though. Yeah, he's chilling.
Okay, cool. Right, so I think I want to say this will be or is like a week before Christmas. Are you a festive person? Oh my god, you know I literally have the fucking hats in my bag.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Do you want a hat?
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on, guys. Sorry.
I wouldn't say I'm festive though. Yeah, no, I'm not really.
Have you ever?
Have I been festive when I was younger? I don't really think. I mean, I enjoyed Christmas, but it was mainly like the whole concept of getting presents and this fat white man just giving you presents. That was really it. That was the stuff I found interesting. And now I know he's not real and shit. So like, let me see how this is fitting.
I feel like as an adult, I'm trying to appreciate Christmas differently. Like I think as a child, you kind of, I think this looks pretty cool. I'm kind of like going for the look where like it doesn't really fit, but you can see like,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
I feel like as a child, obviously you like it's just very much like gifts. But then as an adult, I actually really appreciate it. It feels like the only kind of like forced day when me and my lot have to spend time together because no one's working. So I like it for that aspect. I feel like it's quite like, I don't know, I really enjoy though, like, I don't really have that to be honest, but I think it must be really nice to have like young kids in the house at Christmas.
You know what?
Because they're so excited.
I do have young kids in the house. I don't know how.
How old are your brothers?
10 and 6.
Okay, yeah, that's quite young.
Yeah. I mean, I think they'll be excited for Santa.
Yeah, surely.
I'm not even sure if
Does the 10-year-old know that he exists? 10's an awkward age, isn't it? I feel like when you get to double digits, I think it's time to kind of like bite the bullet and tell them. My mum tells me this story, right? Apparently, my brother, so he's 2 years younger than me. And when I found out, because I was just, you know, like when you're just like as an older brother, you're just a bit of a prick. Naturally. And I said to my mum, I was, I have to let him know that Santa's not real. She was like, why do you need to? She was like, I just have to let him know. Like, it's only fair. Yeah. And she was like, literally, like, not to threaten you, but if you tell him, I will like cut you off, like present wise. Which is good.
I think my mum said that to me as well.
It makes sense though, doesn't it? Because it's just fucking cruel.
Yeah, it's cruel, but as an older sibling, doing it to a younger sibling, I get it.
I feel like I'm just malicious.
Yeah, no, same.
I don't think I'm doing it for like nice purposes. I think I'm generally just trying to be a bit of a dickhead.
Yeah, no, that's the intention you go for when you're telling people something's not real.
Yeah.
There's no benefit they get. So obviously it's maliciousness, but.
Are you into like, do you know what I really don't rate that? Are you a Christmas Christmas music person? That's the one thing that I love a Christmas film. I just really cannot get past like
the music.
It's too much.
You know that song that goes dun, na, 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 dream a little dream.
Yeah.
Is that Christmassy?
Yeah,
it is.
It is.
I like that song.
Okay.
I think that's the only song I like that's Christmas.
I feel like I would like Christmas music if there was like some rap songs, like if J Hus did like a rap tune or like something like that. I feel like
how would that work though?
I don't know. I'm just thinking like hypothetically.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
But no, I love a Christmas film. Though. I feel like a Christmas film is quite good. I'm a sucker for a Christmas film.
Home Alone counts as a Christmas film, correct?
100%.
Oh yeah.
Great film.
Yeah, you know what it is? I think with Christmas films, you're mostly watching it with family and stuff, so it's that unity.
It's the bringing togetherness, right? Yeah.
I think that's what boosts up Christmas films as well.
What does your Christmas vision this right? What does your Christmas dinner plate look like? Actually, here's a question first. Do you have like one load, or do you keep on going back for seconds and thirds?
I can't even finish the first plate. I think like
neither.
3 Christmases in a row, I had to put it back in the microwave or the oven because I just couldn't finish it.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it's the one, like, no shade to my mum, but it's like the one day where she like really puts it all into cooking.
Nah, my mum cooks all the time. She loves it.
Okay, well, I love that for you. I can't say mine's the same. But for me, it's very much like this is the one day, afternoon, evening. What is that noise?
I don't know, but it sounds like aliens invading.
Yeah. One way to die, I guess.
Sounds like a beat at the same time.
It'll be from the photography room. Go in this room soundproof, I guess.
Yeah. What are these for? I thought these were for sound.
They are.
Ah.
That's what I'm saying, is to give in the room soundproof. What was I going to say? No, I think, oh my God, what were we just talking about? Sorry.
Christmas plates. Your mum puts in effort, and I don't think you finished.
Yeah, it's the one day where she really puts effort into it. So for me, it's almost like I actually look forward to Christmas because I know I'm going to get like a pretty good slap up dinner. But then, do you know what my take is though? I feel like, obviously, and mum, if you're watching this, please don't take offense. Like, I feel like what I've noticed is though how like with parents, naturally you pick up their habits, right?
Yeah.
So I've been someone. So my mum doesn't like gravy.
Okay.
Or seasoning.
At Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So like I've gone through like a really long period of having like no seasoning or anything on a dinner, and that was just the norm because I didn't know any different. And I can remember going to uni because I didn't even know it was a thing, which sounds really stupid, but I didn't realize how much of a thing seasoning was. I remember everyone used to look at me like I'm fucking mad, but if you don't have accessibility to it, you wouldn't know, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And I remember my friend made me dinner once and she was, I'm going to add this to it. Is it okay? I was like, I've never had it, but go ahead. And she was like, well, like, she was a bit like a mum to me, to be honest. And she was like, well, like, can you try it at least?
Yeah.
Type of thing. And I was like, yeah, sure. And like ever since I've been obsessed. But I had the conversation with my mum the other day. And I was like, what's the issue with like seasoning and stuff? Because I'm intrigued. So like my aunt used to work somewhere, and my mum was staying over to visit, and she had this friend that made her this thing with so much excessive garlic, like to the point that it was just too much. That now she can't stand it because it was just so jarring. I think it made her like throw up both ways, which I think that makes sense actually. Like having like a traumatic experience with food to an extent. I've never had that with food personally, but I can imagine.
I have, yeah.
With what?
Jawbreakers.
What those blue things you put in your mouth and like suck them until they're like tiny.
Yeah.
I was never really into them. That wasn't really my thing. I don't
know why I was. But yeah. I remember once I ate one, and I had like.
Do you even eat them? I didn't think eating them was part of it.
No, you chew it and then spit it out. Yeah. The gum. But I had
Does it taste nice?
Yeah, it tastes. Sometimes it tastes. I mean, it has flavor. So
yeah,
this apple or something. Yeah, sour. Yeah. The sour ones were nasty. I ate a lot of those when I think about it. But yeah, once I ate one and I had like the maddest diarrhea. It was ridiculous. I won't lie.
Did that make you stop having them then?
I didn't eat a jawbreak. I haven't eaten one. I think couple months ago, I had one and I didn't even finish it because I just wasn't interested in sucking on this big ball that I have to chew eventually. That it's in my mouth for too long, basically.
Sounds like my life.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I've never really been been into that type of thing. You know, like it's giving like corner shop like before and after school, right? Yeah, it's never really been my energy. But yeah, what does your plate look like? Are you like a person that has the gravy like all over?
Nah, mainly on the meat and the mac and cheese.
I keep on seeing it recently where people have it to the side and like dip. Have you seen that?
I'm happy I haven't seen that. That's a bit strange to me. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, but like, you know how like people have like a sauce, like a ketchup or like a mayo to the side and dip? I've been seeing that quite a lot. Makes me feel a bit more normal now for my like food habits.
Yeah, nah, that's kind of wild to me.
Yeah, no, a little bit as well. Because I'm not like a massive gravy person, but surely it would just.
It makes.
But how much do you need though? Do you want it where it's like floating?
Nah,
I think that's a bit too much.
It's like you can tell by eye what's a good amount on your meat and your mac and cheese, and then you're like, yeah, mum, stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never too much, but it's mac and cheese, the vegetables, the meats. That is, I think, it's a pork, but I can't remember what it's called. I think it's ham, but not like the skinny ham you get at Tesco's.
Like full on, like big ham cut off from one of the. Yeah.
Chicken roast. We are Caribbean, so, you know, she might slap in some. I know it's just not the plain Christmas dinner. There's Caribbean nice, is it?
Do you have plantain with your Christmas dinner?
Nah, I don't think I do. I wouldn't be against it, to be
I don't, but I've seen some Jamaicans do.
Fairs.
Yeah.
Fairs. But yeah, just meat, veg, potatoes. Can't fit. Oh yeah, gravy on potatoes as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Love a good potato. Do you know what? I've become really invested in like fucking like honey roasted veg.
That sounds nice. Honey roasted.
You know, mate, it's mint. You literally like dribble like a bit of it on, then put it in the oven. It goes crispy. It's so good.
Really?
You won't want to have anything else once you've had it. Mum doesn't like it, so we don't have it in the house.
Actually, oh my God, I think I know what you're talking about. My mum does it with carrots. Yeah.
Yeah, it's mainly for like carrots and parsnips. It's really, really good.
Yeah. That is nice. But yeah, broccoli, I think there's broccoli as well, but I never eat the broccoli, so I just can't.
No, neither. I put it on my plate to try and be good, but I'm thinking you're literally not going to eat it. Like,
I tell her, don't put it on the plate. Nah. No, don't broccoli.
So I put it on to like entertain, to try and think that I might give it a go, but then I get to, you know, like as a kid where it's like very much like, okay, eat the vegetables first, then like eat like the shit.
Yeah.
That's what I try and do. But I just dislike broccoli so much. Like, but it's good for you, so I need to I need to give it a go, really. But
what's your plate saying?
What's my plate saying?
Yeah, what's on your plate?
Okay, right. So we got potatoes, Yorkshire puddings, vegetable, obviously all the veg, veggie sausages.
Yeah.
What am I? Well, do you know what rice?
Sausages as well.
I like rice, you know, with my.
Do I have rice?
I feel like it's a Caribbean thing. At least it definitely is in my family anyway. I think it's because as a kid I was quite a fussy eater. I was quite a fussy eater, so I think they've just kept it on from when I was a kid.
Oh, that's cute.
Does that make sense?
That's what we're going to have to do for my brother. He's a fussy eater as well, and he's a rice person as well. Yeah, there's definitely going to be rice this Christmas.
Yeah. I feel like rice is like an easy go-to as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Everyone likes rice.
I fuck with rice. Right, okay, I feel like we need to move on from talking about fucking dinner plates. You lot might want to, like, if you you might want to skip forward slightly. I apologise for the dinner talk. But yeah, Christmas. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the whole aesthetic of Christmas is like kind of, I'm more focused on like the spending time with my family and friends compared to like the commercial aspect.
Yeah, the gifts and stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't really, and I actually, as I get older, I actually prefer giving to receiving.
Yeah, I've always been more of a giver.
Yeah.
Receiving's never really been it.
I find it awkward as well, because like, thing is, right, if I get gifts that I don't like, it's just really obvious.
Yeah.
Is the thing, or I'm really paranoid that it's like. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm like, it's really obvious that I'm not into it. Do you know what I mean? And so I'm just, but my family are very good. They're very much like, just tell me what you want. Like there's no playing guess who or anything like that. It's very much just like, send me the link so like I know what to get you. Like I said to my old man earlier, I texted my dad, I was like, what do you want for Christmas? He was like, hoodie. I was like, where from? He was like, anywhere. I was like, that's so vague.
Yeah.
I was like, so if I get you like a hoodie from like fucking like, I don't know, some random
pretty little thing.
Yeah, you're gonna like it.
I mean,
you can't really complain though, can you? Really, if you is Pretty Little Thing just female?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe not. Then.
Yeah, maybe not Pretty Little Thing.
No, maybe not. I was thinking Weird Fish.
What's Weird Fish?
It's like a brand for like dads and old people.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. But
I'm getting to the age where I actually have to start getting people gifts now.
Yeah, I mean, you don't pay bills, to be fair, so you got to pay for summer. And do you know what? It's worse when you got a big family as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, where do you like, because even though it's like, okay, only buying like one each for someone, that's like what, like a good, like, fuck knows, like 11, 12 people.
Yeah. Even with me, I live with like, how many people I live
with?
4. Even that's a bit technical.
4, yeah, 4's enough to be fair, especially in costly lives.
Honestly.
100%.
But no, this year, they're not getting nothing from me. Next year, definitely. I'll be more.
Why not this year?
Let's just say money has to go to more important places.
Like what?
Just yeah.
Oh dear. Let's move on.
No, you know what? Yeah, no, let's move on.
Yeah, let's. Don't want your family fucking hating you. Do you know what? I don't think this is gonna work. Okay, I've got that for the thumbnail. I do want to move on the conversation though. So, like, are you a Twitter person?
When I was like consistent in my football content, I was on football Twitter all the time.
Like an active account, or like just
an active account?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
well, not anymore.
So I don't know if you're too familiar with Black Twitter then. So
I've seen screenshots.
So people are moving a bit mad at the moment. And actually,
it's wild. It's wild.
Sorry?
It's wild.
It's just fucking annoying. And like, it's almost like you talk about one conversation or one topic, you calm down, something else resurfaces. Like, just have a day off.
Seems like too much.
Like, there are some people I know who are literally like on Twitter from like when I wake up to when I go to bed. I'm thinking, do you not have a job? I just don't. I'm saying that like I'm the one who actually sees it beginning and end, but still just. But anyway, right. Okay, let me read this to you. So this work.
Time on Twitter.
Okay.
That's a long time on Twitter.
It's a very long time on Twitter. But maybe it's just coincidentally when I'm on and when I'm off. Like the beginning and the end of the day.
Fairs, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they can say the same about me, right? Okay, but let me read this tweet to you. So like Black Twitter went on a bit of a field day. Okay, your first 20 bodies will teach you a lot more about self, life, love, and all its complexities. Thank you. Then spending your young years committing to some 22-year-old kid who sells weed and really has no serious plan for your future or his anyway. So like basically everyone was like barking back in the comments, like quoting it, saying like, "Oh, 20 was it 20 or 22? 20 bodies is a bit mad to figure it out."
Yeah.
Do you know what though? I'm very much an advocate for like casual sex as long as you're being safe and respectful and consensual.
Yeah, I mean that's fine as long as no one's being lied to, no one's getting infected. You're keeping it between you and that person until you move on to another person. That's fine.
Like I have some friends, and I would say 20 is pretty minor compared to like.
Same. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
And you know what? It's not even one of those things because I'm so for my friends having fun and doing what they want. But my thing is just don't be a dickhead. Don't disrespect. But like, I'm also amazed how people actually find the time.
Not even the people that. The thing is,
and it's not. And realistically, like if you've hit that many bodies, how many of them are 10s?
Yeah. How many times have you just thought, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just. Especially for guys as well. Girls, they get to be picky. But for a lot of guys, like, they're going to have to be down bad if you're racking up bodies like that. I mean, maybe you're saucy and you've just got all them fine things on your line. Fair enough. But I know guys that have dealt with bad things.
Yeah.
And there's no judgment to them. It gets like that. But at the same time,
I think it does. I think there's a balance. I think I can appreciate where like it gets to a point, because I think you have to recognize, okay, whether you want to be like what sophisticated or not, your hand can only do so much, right? But it's really interesting because I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and I think it's really important to remember that actually sex can be like a form of self-harm.
Elaborate.
In a sense that like sometimes people try and be intimate as a form of validation.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a form of escapism somewhat. But because usually the person who you're having the fun with is like meaningless, you end up feeling worse afterwards.
Yeah.
It's like a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting theory, and it makes a lot of sense, to be honest.
It does.
But no, like a lot of people were barking back at this woman saying, oh, 20 bodies is mad, 20 bodies is mad. But like, I'm not being funny, like guys are the ones who are more likely to hit 20 bodies than like girls. I was talking to a guy, not about just having a chat with him. He is your age. How old are you? 19?
19.
Okay, no, he's older. He's 20. And I don't know how we got, because I don't really mind having the body count conversation. It doesn't bother me personally. I appreciate some people don't want to, and I would never ask anyone unless they ask me first, because it's just not my business.
Yeah, fair.
It's just not my business. And he was telling me that he was on like 70, and I thought, oh, fair enough. And I thought, well, how? But like 20 is pretty like young, right? I thought, how have you managed to hack that? I can't remember what his answer was, but I find it, I don't know. I find the conversation around like body count and all of that very controversial, because I just feel like men, particularly straight men, I would say, like men, particularly straight men, are like able to do like what they want when they want. Like straight men can like literally like hit as many bodies as they want, and like no one's gonna say anything. Like a lot of the time in like culture and lad culture, if you're a guy and you've like got with however many people, like it's like the higher the bodies, like the more of a lad you are. Like you're more like a Jack the lad, the king kahuna. You're kind of praised. But like when you're like a woman or like a queer guy, it's kind of like seen as like something which is a bit grim or like demonized in a way.
Really, for the queer community, it's like that.
100%. Yeah, it's very much like
that's funny.
Especially coming from, and it usually comes from straight guys. It usually comes from straight guys.
Oh, okay, cool.
And they're very much like, oh, like you like getting with how many people is grim, but that's usually because the guys themselves are homophobic. And I just think like why I don't know, like it just doesn't really make sense why it can be applicable to one and not to another. Do you know someone trying to say?
I get it. The way I see it is that I think it falls down to what you expect from your love interest. And when you're straight, your love interest is a woman. Women don't really care about body counts with guys. But no, because it's like, it don't reflect how they could be in a relationship.
Yeah.
No, I don't agree with that to a full extent. I believe it can affect how you are in a relationship if you're a sex addict. Because sometimes you don't have these bodies because you're just catching them. Sometimes people can be sex addicts, and then you will get with a girl and then realize you want to cheat. And then that's affecting your relationship negatively. Fair enough on that behalf. I feel like what guys want from girls is more like exclusivity, especially if she's pretty. He wants to feel secure in the relationship.
Yeah.
And if she's just chopped a bag of man, it's going to create insecurity.
For the guy.
And I feel like the word insecurity has like negative connotations to it, because being insecure is natural. Like, if I never checked the camera for the whole podcast, there's going to be insecurity in your head thinking, oh, the camera might have not been on. That's natural. It's not anything to shade you on. It's just a natural insecurity. So if you're insecure that your girl has high bodies and she might cheat whilst in a relationship, that's normal.
That's a you problem though.
No, so it is a you problem, because body count don't define exactly if you're going to be loyal or not. It can be an indicator, but it's not like the solid definition.
No.
But guys don't want to take that risk.
So I had a meeting with someone a while ago, and if he sees this, I don't really care too much. I had a meeting with someone a while ago who started a podcast. I don't know. After the meeting happened, I like made a vouch to not see this person again because they were just so awful. But they were talking about how somehow we got talking about this was a black guy and he doesn't like black women. Oh, God's sake, right? Okay.
Why did you even speak to him?
I didn't know this.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know this till I entered the house. And I felt like I was going to get attacked if I left. So I thought, right, okay, keep it cool. And he was saying to me, it's okay for men to have a high body count and be single, but not women by a certain age. I was like, okay, well, I thought, I don't agree, but what's your reasoning? And he was saying about how women have emotional attachment and men don't. Therefore, it's okay for men to sleep around because they don't get attached, but women do. I was like, that's so dumb. I have female friends that have no emotional attachment at all, and they literally go about their business and do what they want, right? And I just thought, in my head, I thought, you're clearly insecure. But I thought, I really want to get out of this house alive, so keep it cool, keep it cool.
I think
there's annoyingly there is a very big brand for that in podcast spaces where men talking about really stupid things that people just seem to love. There's a really big big following.
It's just relatability, because a lot of guys will be thinking that
because they can't get girls, basically.
Yeah, so yeah, sometimes it's like that, but it's like with that logic he said because guys don't get emotionally attached. The reason why that cannot be logic to go by is because, again, you can build a sex addiction and maybe the sex you're having won't leave you emotionally attached, so you won't be loving all these girls whilst you have a new thing. But it will make you a sex addict. Most of the time, sometimes, I don't know, I don't have the stats. And then you might end up cheating or something. And then they try to counter the logic with, well, if you're a high value man, you can have as many things as you want. And then it's like, do you really want that? Would you really want to be with a girl that is okay with basically being not even a side thing because she's the main thing, but it's like, how can you be okay with a girl who don't have enough respect for herself to keep a man to herself? That's the way I see it.
Can you explain that again?
It's like, you know, if you're a high value man, the red pill community believe, oh, have as many women as you want. They try to counter it with why guys can have high value ones. I'm not a believer of anyone indulging in sex unsafely. And when I say unsafely, I don't mean without condom and stuff. I mean
multiple people.
Yeah, without understanding what you're actually okay with. You're just diving into it. I think that's unsafe. But the logic they try to use is...
I think it's quite selfish as well, to be honest.
That too. Because you don't know how you're affecting these people at the same time. As much as you see it as just a beat, like, there are still people. You can't just use them and abuse them. But my point was... What was my point? Yeah. They try to use the guy can have high body count logic by saying, oh, when you're a high value man, you're going to have all these options, blah, blah, blah. But essentially, end of the day, you're just going to be with a woman. You don't respect herself enough to actually tell you to stop. So then to me, it's like...
And it's almost... Do you feel like that's also like they're taking advantage of her vulnerability? Because that's what it's...
Yeah, no, for the most part, I think it is. I think some women... I don't know, because I don't have stats or ask them, but I feel like, you know, you can be okay with your man doing that. Some women actually don't mind. But at the same time...
I think it's dependent on the individual.
Yeah, and I think a lot do. Like, if it's your man, you want it to be your partner. You get it? Like...
Yeah, and I feel like, do you know what? A lot of people are very much like... I think you can always tell it's a red flag when people are just justifying all the shitty behavior they do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, and I think we're very good at like being in a toxic situationship relationship, and then just making excuses. But like, it's very much like, hypothetically, if that was your friend or your sibling being treated that way, you would tell them straight to cut them off.
Literally.
I think we don't also realize how like sex addiction is like a real thing.
Yeah.
Like a real thing. And I think it would be very beneficial for a lot of young people, particularly young men, to have like some like, because it's not like a highly official recognized disorder.
Yeah.
Because I think we just don't appreciate and like acknowledge that like it depends. Like,
I get what
if you're having like sex, I mean, you're not necessarily a sex addict. I was reading about it because I find it really interesting. It's more so like when you're wanting to partake in sex to like miss work, miss like planned arrangements. It's more that, or like putting yourself in dangerous situations, knowing that it could potentially be dangerous, but you still want to have the thrill. Yeah. It's more focused on that. It's not necessarily just being like really active, because you could just be like a really horny person.
Yeah,
which
that's fine.
And most young men are, to be fair. So yeah.
But you know, I don't think it's as recognized as people realize. Especially because the way, especially social media. Oh my God, I swear to God, I was on my phone once on Instagram, and literally my explore page and my... Is there another page or is it just explore page that recommends what your algorithm?
On what, sorry?
Instagram. You know when you tap this search?
I feel like it's just explore.
Yeah, but my explore page is mainly just, you know...
Or like your home page.
Yeah, it's like gym stuff. Nothing too safe for work. You get it?
Yeah, nothing too mad.
But you click on a reel and then you start swiping. It don't show what's on your algorithm. I just saw that bare batty for like 6 reels. And they weren't all sexual content, but it's like...
Just random shit.
Yeah, like the amount of exposure you have to these type of shit. Of course, people are going to be sex addicts and high body counts, promiscuous, because on social media, that's all you're really going to see. Obviously, you can manage your social media. I have done that on my TikTok.
You can be restrictive, right?
Yeah. But it's like, for the people that don't even think about that or consider it, sometimes you don't even search for stuff like that, but it will just be on there because of how popular and normalized it is.
Yeah, I feel like we're like in a period where like we can't escape a lot of things. Like, did you see, and by the time this comes up, this would have been like weeks after, did you see that video of those 2 people in the toilet in London? Like it's so bad that I saw the video and wanted to scream. It was on Black Twitter, funnily enough. It was this guy eating this girl out in the toilet. Have you not seen it?
I'm happy I haven't.
It's literally everywhere. Yeah, it's really bad. And it's one of those ones where you can see over the top. So someone next door has, which I don't really understand, has like gone over and filmed it. Which
recorded it. Everyone in that video, including the person recording, is a weirdo. First of all, you know what?
I need to understand what gives you... I've never had any urges that bad to need to do it in a toilet in a club.
Yeah, no, toilet in a club is crazy, but...
Even a disabled toilet, I'd have a bit more respect for, because at least then you'd be locked, secure.
But in a club...
I'm not, like, advocating for it, but I'm just thinking logically, at least then you're not going to get caught.
No, it makes more sense. Yeah, like doing it in a disabled toilet. Even that thing where you can pull it out and, you know, there or there.
Yeah, you've got options.
Yeah. A club toilet, either around. Oh, man.
You'll see it now. I guarantee your phone will pick it up, and as you're leaving, you'll see.
Word, that's literally what happened. I'm going to send it to you when that happens. But
I've already seen it, so I'm already traumatized. But yeah, I feel like people do move a bit mad.
Yeah.
But
traumatized though.
And I think it's a healthy like thing to have. Let's not like diminish it. And
I think high sex drive is calm. As long as you can be safe, be loyal, and if you're not with someone, protect yourself from others. I
have friends in couples that like are both on the same energy, which works like both quite hyperactive when it comes to that. And I think, well, that's great because that's really compatible.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like obviously, like big up to the people that are being safe and doing what they want. Like, this isn't a judgmental space.
Yeah.
Just a conversational one.
Yeah, literally.
But okay, so it's mad, and I feel like this year has gone by really, really quickly. But like,
it has,
but hasn't.
But there's been like periods where you're probably focusing on something and it felt long. And then now it's just gone quick. 2022 went very quick. I don't even remember what happened that year. I won't lie to you.
I don't remember most years, to be honest. I remember like particular moments spread out through the year, but I don't really remember. What's the biggest lesson you've learned in 2024? 2023, sorry.
I was actually thinking about this. That I don't know everything. Yeah, I'd say that is the biggest lesson. It's very humbling and it takes a lot of off my shoulders when you finally realize you don't have all the answers.
Yeah.
Because if you're someone that pressures yourself because you think you should know, it's just going to mess you up in the long run, especially when you don't. God, I'm going to sneeze. But when you've come to terms and come to peace with the fact that, you know what, maybe I don't know everything, it's relieving. Yeah, that's the biggest lesson I've learned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
What about you?
My biggest lesson this year is learning that not everyone in my circle is permanent. That's okay. I feel like I've become very... I think I confuse the length of a friendship equating to a healthy one and a good one.
Okay. Yeah.
So like because a friendship has been long-lasting or has a long duration, I confuse that with being one that's good and healthy, but that isn't always the case. And I'm kind of normalizing and accepting that it's okay to let people go. Because what I've noticed is my thing is I put a lot of time and energy into my friends, and it's not reciprocated. Well, no, sorry. Noticeably to a few individuals, it hasn't been reciprocated, and I think it gets to a point. I think I may have spoken about this earlier with Rishi, the guy that was on before, and you can only try so much until it just drains you out. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like, I feel like as I'm getting older, the term friend is very strong.
Yeah.
Definitely. I know a lot of people, but they're not necessarily friends. And I like a lot of people, but they're not necessarily friends. Someone messaged me in the week, an old friend, let's say. I didn't respond, just because I just didn't. And then the day after, they were like, "I know you're ignoring me." How did he word it? I don't think he watches this. So we should.
So you just didn't reply because you thought, fuck it, I don't need to reply.
I just didn't have anything to say. I'm seeing him next week, so I thought if there's anything you want to say, we'll talk then. I know you've seen this. I know you're trying to ignore me. Because I just don't want to, I don't know. I just feel like my time is very like restricted and like limited. Do you know what I mean? But no, I've kind of gone off track. But my biggest lesson, I think it's realizing that not everyone's permanent, and that's okay. That I still have love for people who aren't necessarily like in my tight circle, but it's just you're not my ride or die.
Yeah, no, people drift away, isn't it?
Yeah, and
I've learned to accept.
Yeah, and I think I've had like quite a difficult time trying to accept it. But I think because I've exhausted myself so much trying to work and fix things that just aren't going to be amended, I'm just like, okay, cool, that's fine. I have comfort with that. But yeah, what are you looking forward to in 2024? Do you have what are your hopes for 2024?
I'm looking forward to growth.
Same.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how.
In what sense?
Everything, really. Financially, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, romantic. No, not romantic. But
I think you mean that low key. You're not actively looking for it, but it would be nice to have if it pops around, right?
You know what? It would, but it's like, and I don't know if this is like not toxic, that's not the word, but I don't know if this is a bad mindset to have, but for me personally, I wouldn't want to meet someone I want to be with officially if I'm not where I'm in life. And right now, I'm not. Obviously, they could do the whole, nice girlfriend, wait until I go up type shit, but not that it'd be a distraction, but I do have much preference in doing things on my own without having to rely or be responsible for someone else. As much as they are their own person.
I think it's nice to be, but you say that, but I think it's nice to see people grow together.
That's the other side of me saying, you know what, it would be nice to grow with someone there from the start,
agree.
all that type of stuff.
I agree, because then surely if you're still a thing, however many years down the line, surely that's the biggest sign that they're the worm.
Yeah. It's, if it came along, it would be nice.
Yeah. I feel like I'm really open to love next year. I've decided. I went to a psychic recently, actually, and they said to me I was going to fall in love next year.
It's the same one.
What do you mean?
The same one you told me about last time.
Yes, that guy. You're
going to fall in love.
He was, but whether the psychic's real or not, I guess I'll find out in a few months. It was really interesting. He said to me, he like read my palms and was like, "Oh, you've got a long lifeline." I was like, "For fuck's sake," because I don't really want a long lifeline. I want to live till about 60, 70. And I was like, "Oh, really? Great." And he was like, "Yeah, hate to break it to you, mate, you've got a long life." I thought, right, okay. And he was like, but then he didn't get everything right because he told me that I love my job and I really don't like my job. So that just wasn't true. But I don't think you can
Was he referring to this or your actual job?
I think he meant actual job.
Did you specify?
No, but then he'd said something really spooky afterwards that kind of made sense. But then a lot of it's quite generically fitted. But I don't think you can get it all right to us. I just don't think anyone gets it all right.
Yeah, no.
Psychic or not.
You don't know you.
So he was like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna fall in love. You're going to move away. Your life's going to get a lot better in the spring," which is quite specific. Yeah. But I'm just like, excited for like growth creatively.
That too.
Hopefully romantically. I don't really like to actively look for like romantic interest because I think it's a bit unrealistic. I think 9 out of 10 times I think things just happen naturally. I've even like deleted apps as well because they just don't work for me. Not because I'm against them or anything. I've said this loads of times and everyone's like, oh, again. But like, I just thought like, this just doesn't work for me. It's such a non-natural way of like trying to build a connection.
Yeah,
I've got Hinge though because I like the concept of Hinge. The other apps can do one. But no, I'm very excited for 2024. Like I feel like, yeah, I'm thinking the year of turning 25 is going to be the make or break.
Yeah, 2024 and 2025. I'm looking forward.
As in, I'm turning 25 in 2024.
You're turning 25?
Yeah.
Forget you're young.
Well, do you think I'm older?
No. But you don't look old. I just forget like you're still like 24.
Yeah.
Up to 25 type of shit.
Yeah. I feel like, do you know what? I feel like I've spent so much time like fixating me like, oh, I'm so old. But then people always say to you, when you are like 40, you will be like, for fuck's sake, why did you complain when I was 20? Why did I complain when I was 24?
Be happy you're 24.
So I'm trying not to. Everyone's like, you should be thriving. I was like, oh, yeah. I would call it surviving, not thriving, but yeah.
No, in London it's surviving, yeah. This cost of living's crazy, man.
Yeah. Would you ever relocate?
Yeah, no, 100%. Like a period of my life, definitely. Like, how I want to live my life, I want to live in the East for like 6 months.
Do you live in North now?
No, I mean East.
Oh, of the country.
Globally, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
No, like India and that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. It's really cheap there.
Yeah, but like, it's just to experience a way different culture than the West.
Yeah.
Find out more about myself.
It would humble you.
Yeah,
It would humble you. Yeah.
But I'm relocating this country, yeah, definitely. If I move out, depending on how things are going, actually. But yeah, I'd move out of London because I just hear it's so much cheaper. Like, it just saves so much.
Do you know what? It's really interesting because obviously you've only ever known London. I think you would be amazed by how much cheaper everything is when you go elsewhere.
Really? It's that much cheap. You know what? Saying that,
but you would. Sorry, go on.
Now, my friend Jacob, he goes uni in Sheffield, and he's telling me the drinks there are like so much cheaper and shit. I can't remember if I've been calling this correctly, but I think it was like a happy hour and it was like $4.95 for 2 cocktails. And I'm thinking, wait, that's a bit crazy.
That's really normal in non-London.
$4.95 for 2 cocktails.
That's like, those prices are very normal in non-London. Because like where I live, you can get like a happy hour and a drink will be like, a cocktail can be like £5.
You see what I mean?
No, I think, and it'll be really interesting to see when you venture out, because London is just like the other end of crazy expensive. But obviously, you don't know any different. Like, who was I talking to? Like, where I live, right? It's really normal to buy a house.
Really?
Like, to be able to like actually buy a house because it's so much cheaper. And it's really interesting because when I talk to my London friends, like my parents both own houses, right? And obviously in London, that's just near impossible because it's just so fucking expensive. I was talking to I don't know if I can't really say his name. I was talking to a curator about this the other day who's from London, from West. And he was like, oh, where are you from? I told him, oh, blah, blah, Gloucestershire. He was like, oh, rich boy there. And I was like, no, like literally not at all. Just average, just comfortable, I suppose. And he was like, do your parents own a house? I was like, yeah, no, they both do. He was like, well, there you go then. But then what we see as just norm is like a real luxury around here. But then houses in London are so expensive. Like what my parents pay for their houses, we get like a fucking garage in London. Really? Just crazy. But yeah, no, you would definitely see a complete different side if you were to venture outside of London, 100%. And you probably wouldn't come back because you'd be so thrilled by how cheap it is.
Oh yeah, no, there's one thing that might bring me back. Is there black people there?
Yeah, that's the thing. Not really.
Yeah, you see, for me personally, being cold in London's already enough for me. Like, it already makes me want to leave. But being cold and there's no black people to complain about the cold too.
Yeah.
Ah man, that's.
So I don't know any different.
Yeah.
So I've never. So like for me, it would be like an actual luxury to be around black people as much as you are. But I can understand because I know a lot of people who will never leave London because they're like, well, my community's here. It just doesn't. It makes no sense for me to leave, which I get.
But it's funny because
you can find other places though which are reasonably cheaper where you would still find like people. Not where I live, but like there are like other cities. Even Sheffield would probably be more diverse than like a random village in the UK. You know?
Yeah, no, I heard Sheffield's more diverse.
Your friend Jacob, is he a person of colour?
Yeah, he's mixed. Yeah, I do. I'm
There's no-
grateful that I have this sort of mindset at this age, so I can kind of prepare for when I'm 22, 23. Yeah, I'm grateful for the people around me as well. They keep me on my toes.
I think it's really important to have like a good circle, right?
It is very important. I never noticed it until I hit like second year of college, how important your friends can be in your development. As much as that is your life and you're supposed to be the focus of you're supposed to be there for yourself. It's nice to have people who also want to see you do well, because it's like
100%. Why are people in your circle if they don't want to see you do well? That's not a friend. That's an enemy.
Exactly.
It is the enemy. Like,
yeah. Especially if it's your circle and they don't want to see. That's weird, actually.
It's really interesting because I have some friends who are creative, right? And I have a friend who does YouTube who's doing like I talk about her all the time because I'm just so proud of how amazing her growth is, right? And she's like on like, the last time I saw her was about May or June time. She was on about 3,000 subscribers, which is fucking good.
Yeah, that's amazing.
She's now on just under 15.
Really?
Which is mad. Her content, you might like her stuff actually. She's quite cool. She talks about like self-care and stuff. She's very, very good at what she does. But like for me, I don't see it as like, oh fuck, she's got so many more subscribers. I think, oh my God, you're my friend. I know you personally. It's really great to see someone who I know, who I've known from before, to be doing so well. You've inspired me to want to work on my craft and progress.
Yeah.
Whereas some people are just like, oh, I'm so jealous. I'm like, no, like, I love it. I love to see it. Like, I genuinely love to see it. I think it's so refreshing. And for it to be someone who I know, who I've seen since from the beginning of their creative journey.
Yeah.
Like, why would I not praise that? It doesn't,
gives you hope.
People are haters, man. like, no, I'm here for it. I love it.
I'm happy I don't know haters. I think I've got some of the best friends anyone could ask for. I literally have like zero complaints about my circle and everyone I consider a friend. Like, it's amazing, I won't lie. When I hear people have their friend issues, I'm thinking, really? Like, I have so much confidence in my friends. Just with who they are, and yeah, I just love them, I can't lie. Big up them and them.
Yeah.
And the girl them as well.
My friends are testing me at the moment, so I can't really say the same. But after Christmas, bigger them. Do you know what though? I've actually become very like, what's the word? Comfortable with like silent cut-off.
Oh yeah, no, it gets like that when you get busy. You don't have enough time and energy.
Not even so. Like, I just feel like if someone's like, I feel like if someone's done you dirty, or if someone's like mistreated you, I feel like having to explain what they've done wrong is like revisiting the trauma they've caused you. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like I've like, and it's because I think I used to be such a people pleaser, catering to the needs of other people. But as I've gotten older, it's very much like, do you know, if you've done me dirty, there's no reason as to why we can't just drift apart, and there's no justification, explanation. Because I remember I have some friends from uni who I don't speak to because they just weren't my people. I didn't like the way they moved. Yeah. And to the point that I just became so exhausted, I just thought, you know what, like, we're good. To the point that it's really awkward because I have some other uni friends who are like stuck in the middle, and they'll be like, oh, Jord, like, we don't know what to say. I'm like, just don't say anything. Like, just don't say anything. Just be like, I don't know. But I think it gets like that. I think sometimes people don't deserve any closure or justification. It's like, do you know what, just...
Yeah, brush them off. Yeah.
Time out.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on the wrong end of a friendship ending?
100%.
How do you like react and feel about that? Like, when it happens, do you reflect on yourself what you did wrong? Do you feel regret? Do you just shrug your shoulders and say it is what it is? Like,
I respect it because like people who do people bad, whether I'm the one doing the bad, don't deserve closure. They, Jimmy, it would be nice to know, but that's because I'm on the receiving end. And it'd be nice to know so I don't repeat the same mistakes with other people. Yeah,
that's right. That's an important factor.
Do you know what I mean? But I think it's really important to respect people's boundaries because realistically, if someone's cut your silently, you've clearly really, really effed them over. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like a light decision, is it? No. I don't think so anyway. But no, I think it hasn't really happened to me that much. I think it's happened with like one or two, and it hasn't been in recent times. It's been like more when I was younger because I'm very vocal and very like communicative. Communicative, yeah. In the sense that I'm very much like, I'm really open to acknowledging and accepting that I make mistakes. Can you please, like, because I call people out all the time for the things they do.
As you should.
And I expect the same back. I respect, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't like my circle, my team, my friends, they're not like yes men. They're very much like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, even on my podcast, when I say things they don't agree with, they tell me. I'm like, okay, I disagree, but I respect your opinion.
Yeah. As you should. That's how friendships work.
But whereas like with other people who are like, don't know about that, I'm like, no, just like, be honest with me, because I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so let's move on to side to side. Right, okay, you know the drill. You pick a side, I pick a side. We say which one we prefer and we give our reasons why.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I'm so intrigued to know what's going on over there, you know? It's so fucking loud.
Yeah, it's been going on for a while.
I can feel like
well.
the vibrations. Okay, right. Undershare or overshare?
Undershare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%. You don't want anyone knowing too much about you.
Yeah.
Especially if you count it as oversharing, then you know you've kind of done wrong there.
I feel like also if you undershare and you feel the need to like share more later on, that's okay, but you can't take back what you've overshared.
Yeah, you can't.
That makes sense. I've got a new like mentality at the moment. I said that I went on a podcast a while ago and the host was really confused by it. I don't think he got what I was trying to say. I've like, you know how like people always like, oh, like live with no regrets. I like actively live with regrets.
Yeah, everyone does. You're human.
But I embrace regrets because it helps me shape the way that I shouldn't behave.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like it makes me like realize that I need to have regrets so I know what I don't do again.
Yeah.
Whereas when people are, oh, like, don't regret anything. I'm like, well, no, because there are some things that I wish could have been avoided.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
People that live with no regrets, they don't reflect. So they don't really, well, I mean, I assume they don't. I don't know these people personally.
Yeah.
But if you live by the motto, no regrets, you're not really going to reflect as much as someone who regrets. So there's not really that much character building. You're just living life how you see fit without looking back and thinking, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I regret this. Maybe I'm a bit embarrassed. And it's not safe living life like that because, you know, when you can't look into yourself and see an issue with what you've done, it says a lot. It's very dangerous, actually. Yeah, man. What's the next side to side?
What did I say? Did I say undershare, overshare?
Under.
Undershare, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fast replies or slow replies?
I mean, I prefer fast, naturally, but I don't really mind. Because I understand people can be busy.
No, I can't relate.
Or do you?
But, you know, that's actually like the majority of most of my disputes at the moment because of slow replies. That's actually why I didn't reply to my mate, because he takes... No, right. Let me give an example, yeah? So I didn't...
That's funny.
So I didn't reply for a day, which I don't think is that long, to be honest. 2 days is the max that I can take until I get annoyed.
Wait, first of all, what do you count as long?
Like more than 2 days.
Okay.
You've been on your phone in 2 days. Everyone scrolls on their phone in the morning and at night. Don't piss me off. So, right. So let me just give this example. And if you're watching, you know exactly who you are. So this friend messaged me at 1 o'clock on Thursday and said, excited to see you next week. Then the following day on the Friday at 12, I know you've seen this. I know you're trying to ignore me. I thought, right, you know what? Keep it cool. So, but this is the example. Right? So I messaged my friend saying, I need a favor, right? On the 14th of October. Yeah. 6th of November, he replies saying, I've just piss, man.
Wait, 14th of October to the 6th of November. Wait, what did you do to him?
Fuck knows.
Wait, that's literally almost a month. That's literally a week away from a month.
It gets to the point where, like, you just don't reply.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah. I actually said to my friend, right, because my friend's really bad, like really, really bad. And I was like, oh, how would you feel if I was ringing you to say that I'm dying, and I need you to answer? And he was like, but you're dying anyway, so why does it matter?
You know what? He's not wrong. You are dying. But that's still a bit mad to say.
Goodbye call.
Yeah, it would have been nice. Share the last moments with him.
But no, I just can't. I need to understand why people think it's okay to take more than 2 days. It just doesn't make sense. Like, quite clearly, you've seen it. If anything, I'd rather be told to F off. I'd actually rather someone say to me, "Oh, I can't talk. F off. Do one," instead of just like left on red. And it's when like people are actively on socials posting things anyway.
Yeah, that part is a bit weird.
Yeah,
they're purposely ignoring you. Me personally, from experience, I think I've, let's say, aired people for like, I think 4 days even. I still reply, but it's literally because I forget that they've messaged me.
yeah.
So you can take people forgetting into account, but at the same time, how much are they really forgetting? Like, they might just be airing you, so. But yeah, fast replies. I'm assuming your fast replies as well after that anecdote.
Yeah. But I give long replies though based on how you treat me. So I will give you a 5-day reply if you give me a 5-day reply. Does that make sense?
You reciprocated energy.
Yeah, because it's fucking annoying. Like,
I see your point.
Do you know what my mum does? Yeah, so she's so like aware of how much I hate being ignored. So like she always just seems to think if I'm ignoring her, I'm literally ignoring her. But whenever I ignore her, I'm just not on my phone, and she'll send me question marks saying, like, she'll be like, "Oh, what's this? Question mark, question mark. Oh, what's this? Question mark." She's like, "Do you want me to?" She's actually sent me links before saying, like, "This is how I will take you out of your inheritance if you don't reply to me." That's what I would do as a parent, so I hear it.
Nah, that's funny. Yeah, you get that from your mom. That's funny.
But yeah, fast replies for the go. Okay. Going out or staying in?
You know what? I think you asked me this before and I said staying in, but I'm going to change it.
God, I need to refresh my question.
To going out.
Listen, the person who does the questions, you need to step up. What was the answer, sorry?
Going out.
Going out. Why? What's your reasoning?
I feel like there's too much comfort in my home. And obviously, you want to be comfortable naturally. But I feel like the stage I am in life right now, I'd prefer to go out and experience.
In what sense, though? How do you define going out?
It can literally, you know what? It could literally, to me, be a walk, like a long walk somewhere. I've had wonderful walks with people where
I feel like walks are very intimate. I love a walk.
Nah, they are. They are. Even on a friend platonic level, very intimate because, first of all, walking takes effort. And if you can forget about that effort because the conversation's so intriguing, it's like, there's really something.
Yeah, and if you're doing it at like a nice pace, right, where you're not like going too quickly or anything. Yeah.
Walks can be nice. But yeah, even that counts as going out. Staying in, it's nice, but it's too comfortable and I'm trying to be uncomfortable right now.
So you've just changed the way in which I saw it, because when I thought of going out and staying in, I was thinking more of like, like a nightlife type of thing. But then if you look at it from an overall view,
could be anything.
I like going out to a certain capacity. I don't really like let's say the current climate now, because I hate winter.
Yeah, no, I haven't gone on any walk. Oh yeah, nah. Definitely not, because again, I'm too black for this cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I like really, do you know what? I used, as like someone who was quite an anxious child, I really used to thrive in winter because it meant that we didn't leave the house. It was literally like my it was like my go-to. And like in the summer, I would literally be that person who would have the heating on, lock all the windows, wrap in a blanket. I was literally like an old man before my time.
That's cozy.
Not for my mum's billets, not. But like now, as someone who's like really, I feel like I'm like probably the biggest, like the most introverted extrovert I know. I like thrive off like hot weather and the sun because it's like a social aspect. Yeah. But in this current time period, in this current season, staying in. Yeah, I like being warm. Yeah. I like binge watching TV. I'm quite happy to lock myself in my house. I mean, I never really get a chance to because I do this and I work. But like, over Christmas, like no one will see me.
I think family.
give or take. But it's just like nice to recharge them, isn't it?
No, 100%. I realized, I think, towards the end of last month or the start of this month, how important rest is, especially sleep. Like,
so important. Yeah. Young people don't recognize how important sleep is.
I didn't. I really did
not.
You
feel so much better for it. Here I am, like on 4 hours sleep, but you do that. You feel so much better for it. It's just like overall, it's just like
way better.
I think you get. I think your life expectancy is a lot longer if your sleep's better.
Yeah, it is.
So I haven't got much longer to try and sort it out. Otherwise, I'm fucked.
But the psychic did say you have a long life ahead of you.
This is true. Maybe he knows that I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Damn. Might be right, you know.
Yeah, but then if he's not, then I'll be like, for fuck's sake, fuck you, psychic. Like,
what do you believe that? Obviously not everything, but do you believe some of the things he said's gonna happen?
Do you know what it was? Right, so he was recommended to me by a lot of friends. A lot of friends went and talked to spirits. Right. So the procedure is, right, you don't give your name. You don't give any details. You just ring and ask for a spot. That's literally it. And then you go. He has like this board, and he has this glass to like spell out letters. And you have like your fingertip on it.
Is it a glass ball?
No, it's literally just like a glass cup, and then like a board with letters on it. Right. So then, like,
that sounds like a Ouija board.
Apparently it's not. He made it very clear to me that it wasn't, because apparently that's like meant to be like a demonized thing. But no. So there's the board, right? And it has like letters of the whole alphabet from A to Z. And yes, I think it's yes and no as well. Like yes and no here, and then A to Z.
Yeah.
So okay, so I was like, so they were like, oh, a spirit's coming in. And obviously, like, it's one of those things where like I'm thinking I don't believe it until I see it for myself. Yeah. So I was like, oh, hi spirit, what's your name? Syeel. That's my grandma's name, right? But thing is, right, I'm not buying it, so I'm just like, okay, whatever, spirit, cool. So then I'm like, okay, all right, grandma, what's my brother called? Troy, Troy. What's my mum called? And like all this shit. But I'm like,
were you scared at any point?
I started crying. It was awful. And this guy had this massive box of tissues. I said to him, I'm so embarrassed. He was like, I get more concerned if people don't cry.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. I'm in two minds about it, because I'm very conscious that he could have like got my number, got my name, and done really, really intense research.
That is a factor. Yeah.
So then I was like, what's my mum's middle name? But like the thing that got me, and my mum said this. So my mum has a nickname, right, which my grandma always used, right? And she didn't say the nickname, just said the full name.
Oh, she didn't say the nickname.
Yeah. So my mum was like, if she had said the nickname, I would have been convinced, but that just didn't make sense.
Okay, cool. Good.
So now I'm a bit like, I don't know. There's one of those things where I'd like to go again, knowing what to ask, and if they can't be answered, I know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I think either way, it's nice to have that comfort knowing that they are somewhere, because then I was like, okay, who are you with? And then it like she supposedly listed like the names of dead relatives. So I'm not even in Jamaica, and I don't really understand how you would be able to find that on a database.
I won't lie.
So I don't really know what to think.
You need to go to church. That man's made a demon investigate you or something. But that is crazy. Dead relatives in Jamaica.
Yeah.
I don't even have a picture of my dad when he was in Jamaica, because there was no cameras or anything.
Yeah.
Dead relative. How can a man get that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
So that was the bit that really got to me.
Yeah, it would get.
And
to
like
me
we have different surnames, so there is no direct link.
Did the guy look like demonic or anything?
Sorry.
Did the guy look demonic?
What do you mean? Like a demon? No, he was lovely.
Oh, really?
Apparently, he said to me, he was like, "Oh, you're a witch." I was like, "Oh, okay. How does that work then?" And he was like, "Oh, he was like, do you have witches in your family?" I was like, my great grandma, I never met her, was supposedly a witch, but I've never met her, so I can't really comment. And he was, oh no, you've got witchcraft in you. I said to my mum, I was like, you better not piss me off then, because I'm a witch apparently, so just know your place. And I said, okay, well, like, again, I don't really know what to think. And he was like, I bet you have a mole by your belly button. I thought,
do you?
I do. But I didn't know that I did. And he was like, lift your shirt and I'll point out to you. And I was like, what the fuck? So
I would have ran. I won't lie to you. Nah, man, that's too much. He's telling you where moles are that you don't even know.
Yeah. So I don't really know.
Nah, wait. How could a man get that information?
Do you know, that was what did it for me.
Yeah.
But then like there were some things he did because he was moving a bit weird. Like he was like, he said something about how he wanted to, he was like, oh, you're cursed. He was like, oh, you keep on doing the same pattern, but it's not really, how did he word it? You're going through the same pattern, but it's not really changing or something. I was like, well, how do you get rid of this curse then? And it's this ritual where you have to like get undressed and then spread some like over you. And I was like, do you know what? I'll play the curse out and see how it goes. Huh?
Was he talking about blood over you?
No, just like some weird sand shit or something. But I was like, nah, do you know what? Clearly I've had this curse for long enough. Let me play it out for a bit longer.
Yeah, please. Yeah, don't do any rituals with sand or anything.
Like in some weird guy's house. Honestly, this man's house, right? You'd think it's Halloween. Like it's literally like, because you can't miss it. You go into the drive, right? And it's just like, you know, like Halloween where people like have loads of decorations. Think of that times 100. That's what his house looks like. Yeah. So I don't really know. I don't know. I need to go again. I'm going to wait to see if these things play out supposedly.
Jordan, when a man has told you where a mole is that not even you were aware of, stay away from that man. Stay away from that man. Oh my God. If a man spotted something on my body, first of all, I haven't even shown him before I met him or anything. For a man to tell me that and I see it there, I'm running out, I'm calling the police because he must have put some bugs in my house or something. There's no way he could know that without demons or mad surveillance in your house or something.
Are you spiritual?
You see, the spiritual conversation with me. Yeah, I am. I've had paranormal encounters in my life.
Right.
Yeah. Especially in my room when I wake up. You know sleep paralysis, isn't it?
Sadly.
My sleep paralysis is that next level because I remember once I had it and like it's a whole procedure. I wake up, I can't have sleep paralysis. There's this big gush of wind blowing on me. But this time, something decided to grab me. So I open my eyes and what do I see? Another pair of eyes staring.
Because you can't move either, can you? You just have to close your eyes and just...
Yeah, that's what I usually do. But I thought, you know what? This has been happening for like 5-ish years. Let me actually see. It's just staring back at me. And its fingers were like gripping my neck over here. It wasn't choking me or anything.
Is it all your... Is sleep paralysis all your imagination?
I hope. I hope. I think it is. Because if something...
Generally, because I don't know if it is or not. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I mean, it depends who you ask. Like, if you ask a spiritual teacher, they'll tell you how you're cursed and you have to do this before you die. You know, if you ask like a scientist, they'll tell you how your imaginations run wild because of the dopamine and serotonin and that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it depends on who you ask.
Okay, cool.
Well, yeah, I'd say I'm spiritual by force.
Yeah.
I've had spirits force their hands on me.
I'd say I'm somewhat spiritual. I don't know to what capacity though, but I like to believe. I think with regards to grief, it kind of gives me some comfort thinking that spirits is a thing. But I don't know if that's just like me being a bit delulu or just trying to find some kind of comfort. But I would like to think there's something.
I wouldn't write it off. I've learned in life, never write things off completely without fully investigating both sides because you'd be surprised what is true and what's not true. That goes for anything. Rumors, news, anything. Never be fully one-sided unless you fully know. Or unless it's just not practical at all. Yeah, man. Do you have any other side-to-sides?
I believe I have one more. Okay. And you have to pick one, right? Because guys, there's been a common theme recently, yeah, where people are trying to be like, oh, it depends. No, it doesn't depend. Pick a fucking side. Or like, I can't answer. Like, why are you even coming on? Just for future reference. There's no midpoint. There's no either. It's one.
Yeah.
But it can depend on the time period. I'll give you that one because I'm not completely inconsiderate. Do you get it? Okay. Right. Okay. Dating older or younger?
As in the age I am or who I'm dating?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would I rather date? I mean, I think older. Like, I'm 19. How much younger can I really go?
I feel like as a 19-year-old,
I wouldn't go 16, and even
you
7.
can't. No, you just can't. That's just weird.
Yeah,
I feel like even. I feel like 17 is the minimum before it gets fucking weird. But even then, 17's a bit hit and miss because there's so many things you can't do together.
Yeah.
That's why I've never really understood people going for people a lot younger.
But it's like with the older side, for me, we're going to be at like 2 different stages in life. So I don't know how serious.
But it doesn't have to be like significantly older. It could be like 20, 21.
Okay.
Not like 30 or 28.
And I was thinking like MILFs and that. But 20,
no,
21.
Not quite.
Yeah, I think older then, yeah.
A lot of men seem to like older women as well. That's a common theme I've like caught on with my friends. They seem to prefer older women.
In my 19 years of living, I've got along with women that thought I was older.
And what age are these women?
When I was 16, probably. It really depends.
Have you always been really tall?
Yeah, that's the thing. So it's like, I was tall and had a baby face. So it was like best of both worlds kind of thing. But I'd say older just because they're not older.
Yeah, I'm really gravitating towards older. I just feel like so my mentality has always been, and this is subject to change, 4 years up and 4 years down. So I'm 24, 20 to 28. But then I've met 20-year-olds and I think, God, you're so immature.
Yeah, I don't think 20 would work for you. I think 22 would be like a good cut-off point. Because even 21s, they're still 19 sometimes.
Yeah, agreed. But I'm also very conscious how that there are some people that like may be different. But it's not, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not like what I really want, but it's not like a complete cut-off. I just don't, like, I feel like 20 is the minimum before it gets a bit weird. But then there's also the conversation about how like it's different to properly dating and to just like messing. But then I wouldn't either. I remember someone said to me, how old are they? They're slightly younger than me. I want to say 23, 22. And they were like, I'm having fun with an 18-year-old. But like it's not. But then to be fair, what they said to me was,
I mean, they are 18, but I mean they are 18.
But the debate is though, is it less problematic if it's just a physical encounter? I understand that because the power dynamic only really, I think, seems to come into place when it's a relationship. Whereas if it's just physical and nothing else, like I say, like you're on a night out, and I mean I don't pull anyone on a night out. Like I literally don't talk to anyone apart from my friends.
Same.
It's not in me. It's literally not in me. I respect it, but yeah, it's just not me. And if you were to meet someone out, you're not going to ID them, are you? No. And that's not me obviously advocating for going for younger people. I'm just saying generally, like, if it, like, you can, I don't know. It's very black and white.
Yeah.
It's very black and white.
But I think ideally oldest would be the answer.
I would also rather go for older. I feel like, well, if I could, obviously, I've just had a go at, like in between. If I could pick, it would be my age exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've also realized that, like, I think people who are older have more experience. They know what they want. I feel like people in their early 20s are still trying to figure stuff out. And I feel like I would really benefit from being with someone who's a bit more established. Like, I would love to date like a 30-year-old easily.
Do you think that dynamic could shift towards like a mother and son dynamic, or do you think you know how to keep boundaries in place?
I don't know. I feel like 6 years isn't big enough for it to be a mother and son dynamic. I feel like once you've gone past a certain age, the dynamic kind of the concept and the narrative of power dynamic kind of dies. I think past like 22, 21, because then you are like an adult. Do you know what I mean? Whereas when you're like between 18 and 20, it's still very
fresh,
like pre something.
I get what you're saying. It's like when you're 18,
premature.
Yeah.
Premature. Yeah. But yeah, so older.
Yeah, older.
Yeah. Right, dilemmas, let's fucking go. You lot are mad.
I'm intrigued.
Okay, right. It's near Christmas and I'm missing my ex, I know I shouldn't contact him, but I can't get him out of my head. What do I do? Right, listen, I know it's cold. I know heating's expensive. And I know, like, realistically, in an ideal world, we'd all have a winter boo. Let's be real.
Yeah, that would be nice.
It would be nice. But, like, X's are X's for a reason. I suggest an electric blanket.
Just smash your phone. Yeah, just break your phone so you don't have the urge to text.
I like...
No, think of it like this. You don't miss him. You miss the feeling. And once you properly understand what I mean by that, it'll be very much easier to move on. You miss the feeling of wanting someone and being wanted. It might not be him particularly because he is an ex for a reason after all. So, just firm it for now. It's going to be summer. Have fun, but not too much fun to the point where, you know, you're moving mad. And yeah.
But then do you think this is going to, would this expire after winter? I feel like, do you know, winter is a very depressing time to be single, to be fair, especially with Christmas and stuff. Like it is, isn't it? Like,
yeah, no, it is.
Do you know what I mean? So I get it, but honestly, like, electric blankets, they're not expensive to run. Like, I'm pretty sure they're like 10p an hour. I believe someone told me. Do you know what I mean? Get a teddy bear. Like,
teddy bears do help a lot.
And they are
for girls.
You got to think an electric blanket. They're cheaper than a man or a gal or anything else in between. Like, let's rethink and let's talk in the new year.
Yeah,
I love you.
If we're not going to carry them on to 2024 and it's just a winter thing,
and exes are exes for a reason. Yeah.
Past experiences.
Yeah, I do. Do you believe in right person and wrong time?
Kind of. It's like how they're the right person in hindsight. In that moment, they might not be the right person because, again, it's the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look back on it, you could think to yourself, you know what, they could have been the right person, but you probably detached from that point. So it's like, as much as you can,
I think I've had that.
Right person, wrong time.
Yeah, I think
it's literally just that. Like, there's not much more you could really do with it.
No. And again, that's why I say embrace living with regrets.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you need to rethink and let's not do it, man.
Yeah, no, it's
Come
not
on.
worth it.
Stand up.
Yeah.
Stand up.
There's plenty of fish in the sea.
There is. This is the thing, right? There's 7 billion people on this planet, and you're trying to link your ex. Come on, man. Like, let's keep it moving.
Yeah, man.
Do you get it? Yeah. Obviously, if you get back together, let me know because I'm intrigued. And you know how it be. Okay. You and your partner have been together for a couple of years. When they forget your birthday, you wait all day for them to acknowledge it, but by the next morning, they still haven't said a word. Would you end the relationship? How long? A couple of years. I feel like ending it's a bit...
No, definitely no. Let's get it out of the way. No ending a relationship that you've built years upon.
But you can be actively annoyed.
Yeah, bring it up with them, but ending a whole relationship. Like, first of all, you'd have to be with them and think to yourself, okay, am I going to make this person my partner? Then you make them your partner. Then you're with them for years. You can't just throw all of that out.
But then the debate is, right, surely, how can you forget your partner's birthday?
That is true.
If you really, really rate them. Because low key, they may not rate you.
You know what? It depends on the circumstance. If on that day, even that.
No, because birthdays are planned weeks and months in advance. I feel like dumping's a bit extreme, but you should be actively annoyed and you should bleed them dry until you're satisfied.
Yeah, don't dump, but
like, dumping's like quite an extreme measure, unless they've done like a load of other activities and behaviors which can contribute to you wanting to dump them.
Yeah.
But I feel like last case resort.
Yeah, just literally bring it up.
And bleed them dry.
Bring it up.
And bleed them dry.
Because in this situation, you can't be in the wrong. Like, this is one of those situations in a relationship where your partner's going to have to put all the pride aside and be fully apologetic. Like, they are completely in the wrong.
You'd be a real dickhead not to. Do you know, I actually have a friend who forgot their girlfriend's birthday.
Okay, does he rate the girlfriend though? Yeah, no, he don't. No.
Yeah, He does. If he didn't have her, I don't think he'd be breathing.
And he forgot her birthday. She's trying to plug up his life cord. I mean, he should have owned, but
I might have to cut that. But yeah, okay, yeah. Don't dump him, man. Not yet, anyway.
You don't build all of that to throw away.
Okay, I went on a work trip and had an emotional affair. Interesting, okay. Emotional affair with my co-worker, brackets, 15 years older, divorced with kids. That very nearly got physical, and now I don't know if I want to be in my relationship anymore. Interesting.
Yeah, leave your partner and figure out what you want. It's as simple as that.
I feel like, yeah, I do. I always feel like if you're debating what you have, then quite clearly it's not for you. Well, no, that's not fair. I feel like if you're debating activities with somebody else,
that's wild in my eyes.
But then I've never really had anything long term. So is it normal to have those desires?
That is true,
but not necessarily act upon it?
That is true, because I feel that when it comes to love and relationships, everyone has this like ideal process they want their relationship to go. So when you hear things like this, you're going to be thinking that's a bit mad. But we've never been in their boots, so we can only judge to such an extent. But I don't know, man. Like, you can't want to fuck someone else whilst you have a partner you love and then still claim to love them.
I don't know, because I feel like but physical and emotional. This is emotional, so I think this is actually.
Well, she said almost physical as well.
I know, but what I'm saying is, I think emotional overrides physical.
Oh, 100%.
Because I think you can I don't think there's any harm in fancying someone. Just don't act upon it
whilst you're with someone.
But fancying in the sense that you like the look of them.
No, I mean, you see, with this fancy thing, I've realised that some people are okay with it, some people are not.
People see fancy as different. Do you see fancy as a physical attraction, or like just liking them as a person and as a whole?
It depends on the person.
Like, yeah.
Like, you see, with you've told me you don't find fancy in that deep. So it's like, I know fancy to use in that deep, but I could have a friend that, it's deep for them to fancy someone.
Yeah.
And then it's a whole nother thing. So it's like, what does fancying mean to you?
Yeah.
Type of
so
thing.
Okay, so you're saying if fancying to your significant other is a deeper meaning, then you're going to have issues.
Yeah. You can't be deeply emotionally invested in the next man. That's wild. It's wild. Nah.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Okay. I feel like if you're having doubts that are like this severe, because there's having like the interest, and then there's actually contemplating ending the relationship, which is like a complete other end of the scenario situation. Maybe take some time out for yourself. That could be a good idea, I reckon, and then reflect. But then you don't want to move too mad and then dump your man and then regret it. So what do? I reckon stick it out for a while. Don't move too mad with this other guy, because you don't want to F up what you have with this guy you're with.
I think she needs to leave him. I can't lie.
Do you reckon? Okay.
Free the guy that is with someone that's been emotionally attached to other people. I feel for him. Like, I get on her part. Nah, I don't though. I really don't. Like, for me personally, again, this goes back to this ideal sense of love everyone has, but like, I'd assume if you're with someone and you've decided to be with them, it's going to take a lot of trust and shit. And then for all of that to be put into question because you went on a trip and you've started fancying someone, I believe your partner should be with someone who loves similar to how they do, not be with someone who can catch a fancy.
You would think that would be a conversation you would have though before getting together, really. But people, something I've realised, right, is that a lot of people aren't actually showing their true selves before they properly get invested in someone. It's more like a filtered version, which is more appealing.
And then that causes the honeymoon phase, and then the honeymoon phase happens, and then the honeymoon
because you can't maintain the way you were performing.
Yeah,
because you do crack naturally. It'd be like acting, like non-stop. It just wouldn't It's not long. There's no longevity.
Yeah, bad on both sides.
I don't know what to say, to be honest, mate. DM me. Let's talk. Okay. After dating for a couple of weeks, you make plans for your partner to meet your best friend. Afterwards, your friend pulls you to one side and explains they don't like your partner. Would you end the relationship? No, don't.
You know what's so funny? You know, from experience, I'd have to say yes, but
no, I don't think so.
Nah, the answer is no. But I've literally been in that situation where my boy sat me down, looked me in the eyes and said, Jamari, I think she's a hoe. Yeah. He was right. He was. But
respect their opinion, respect your friend's opinion, and then try
this is your best. Okay, think of it like this though. As much as it's your relationship, you decide what happens in your life. This is your best friend. If this is someone you call your best friend and they consider you as their best friend, they probably know a lot about you. They probably know your mannerisms, all this type of stuff. And if they can see someone's not for you and they have your best interest because they're your best friend, you're gonna have to take their opinion into account.
Yeah.
Like when you title someone your best friend, whether you like it or not, they're gonna have that effect in your life where if they see something might not be right for you and they tell you, it's going to play in your head. It's not going to be like, you know, a casual friend saying something, you're just going to consider them a hater naturally.
Yeah.
But if it's your best friend, like, maybe I should kind of see what they're talking about. I wouldn't say change your behavior towards your partner because they haven't done anything, but just be more observant. Yeah, be observant. That's what you should do.
Yeah, my friends aren't very good when it comes to taking advice with couples. But I'm going to... I feel like I don't think you should end. I feel like ending the relationship is quite drastic.
Yeah, no, don't end it.
No.
Ending.
And people, do you know, friends can be very hypocritical. What I've noticed is a lot of people will like be the one like barking mad saying leave him, leave her, leave them, but they wouldn't do the same if it was the other way around. We're all hypocrites.
That's that love. When you're in love, nothing really makes sense.
Clearly. I've never been in love, so I couldn't tell you. But
yeah, I don't think that. Nah.
Have you changed your mind? I've definitely got like tapes of you saying you've been in love.
Now, you know what it is? When you're young, yeah, you have this perception of love.
It was only like a few months ago. It wasn't like that. It was only like January.
No, not January. This was when I was like...
I know, but like the tape is on from Janury.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I must have changed my opinion. The way I see it, when you're young...
Because your friend said to you that you haven't been in love, the older guy, and then I can't remember what your response was.
Nah, because naturally you're gonna what's the word, disagree as like a reflex, because when you're so emotionally invested in a situation and someone tells you that's not the case, you're gonna be thinking, you weren't there, what are you talking about? But the more I find out about myself and the more I reflect and the more I deep, love is a lot of things and it's an accumulation of a lot of things. And it's also a feeling. It's very complicated from the way I see it. But it's like, for me to say I was in love with someone, I weren't meeting certain standards of love. So maybe...
But then if you haven't experienced love, how would you know that?
That's... See what I mean?
I feel like if you like are truly like in love, there's no doubt whether it's healthy or not.
Yeah, but it's like, you could think you're in love and then later down, nah, you're right though. Whether it's healthy,
you can think you're in love as well. I've been in love with the idea of being in love, but haven't actually been in love. But I think it's because for me, it's really depressing because a lot of people on social media will literally like heighten this and make it feel worse than it is. But like, I really want to have experience like love young, right? So I think I've had it with encounters where I've like tried so hard to try and find love when really we just weren't compatible. But I've like had such a want to like have love that I've kind of been misperceiving what love is because I've had like an really interesting, because I just don't feel this way now at all, but like an urge to encounter what love is, but I just haven't.
No,
but like having that experience makes me realize now that when I have encountered or have fallen in love, I know whether it's for the good or the bad, I won't have to be second guessing or question myself about whether it's love or not.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But then it's like, with that experience that led you to understanding what love is, could you call that love? Or could you call your new definition of love actual love? Because the way I see it, how I acted and stuff when I thought I was in love compared to how I think I'd act now being in love would be way different. It's like if I get a girl now and I treat her accordingly as I should, that's going to be my definition of love, because I've realized what it means to me, how it affects
Have
me.
you also... Sorry, go on.
And how to like move about it. With back then, I think it was just like the feeling of love, but I don't think it was love as a whole, because love isn't just how much you like someone, it's trust, it's loyalty, it's respect, it's a whole bunch of other things. So it's like being in love, are you in a state of mind where you feel a lot for this person, you respect this person, you're loyal to this person, you trust this person?
Yeah.
If you are, you're in love. If you're not, you're feeling love, and that can be confused with being in love.
Yeah, because I think it's also hard to recognize the distinct differences between being in love and loving someone.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's rethink this in 2024 when I supposedly fall in love in the spring.
As the psychic said.
As the psychic said. And we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Cool. This has been long. Fucking hell.
1 hour, 40 minutes.
This is going to be a fun edit. Dandy man. Thank you.
There to help.
What are the socials, please?
TikTok, Jumbo Talks, for, you know, this type of content, I guess.
Self-care, advice, guidance, wisdom, and everything in between.
Jumbo Ball if you like football. And yeah, I think that's it. I haven't been active though.
That's okay. We can recycle stuff.
Yeah.
It's there for a reason.
Yeah. And I still get views and stuff from videos I posted time ago.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
It's the beauty of TikTok. Right, guys, we're going to end there. So thank you so much. If you've made it to the end, big up yourself. I could not watch a podcast for this long, to be honest. So I rate you. I appreciate you. So yeah, you know the drill. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. The 5-star rating on Spotify. I feel like I've like drained this into people, but it doesn't seem to be working. And like 5-star rating, it like helps me a lot more than you lot would think. So we are at the end of the year. Jeez, wow!
I can't believe it. It's been so quick, but not.
Do you know what? I feel like the last few months of the year always feel really quick, and the summer goes by too quickly. But like January to like March is just, it feels like it's like twice as long.
Even to like May, maybe January, February.
Yeah, until like things are a bit more active outside and it starts getting sunny. But yeah, okay. So this is the last episode for the year, the last conversation for the year.
What a way to end!
What a way to end. For anyone who has shown support and love over the last 12 months, I appreciate you dearly. Like I think we've had the chance to talk to some really cool people. I'm really grateful that people still engage after doing this for a minute. I feel like we're only moving upwards and onwards, and it doesn't go unnoticed. And have a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year. And we will see you in 2024. So yeah. What's that saying they say? It's like what's the saying? I don't know what it is. I'm gonna like find out what it is. Put it in a text box here, because there's definitely a saying. I can't think of what it is. It might be American. I'm pretty sure I've seen it on a film, but
you know that any words?
No clue at all. Like zero clue.
A paraphrase, maybe.
Zero clue.
Oh, so wait, how you couldn't bring up something you just didn't know?
I don't know, because I thought I had it, but quite clearly I didn't. But okay, we're gonna dip. So.
Push.